continue the class. Here we have the other part. Can you continue 1D1 plotting of points?
Sir, Hassan is still not in the meeting, so will he join?
He did
Sir?
not join yet. We continue. Let him join. Okay.
Okay, sir.
He will get the recording. No problem. He will get the recording. Please read from plotting of points.
Plotting of points. All observation must be placed on the grid. Diameter of plotted points must be less than half a small square. Points must be plotted to an accuracy of half a small square.
So here we have all observations must be plotted on the grid. That means uh, you got a scale, right,
Yes, sir.
for x and y. So your plotting should not go out of the scaling. That means plotted on the grid. And diameter of plotted points must be smaller than or equal half a small square. That means you are giving blobs or you are giving cross, right, while you are plotting points,
Yes,
isn't
sir.
it? So your blobs and your crossing should not be like that. Crossing where the crosses, if you are giving blobs, you understand it, that the blob should not be so much big that it will be more than half a small square. There is small square, it should not so big that it is crossing more than half a small square. And while you are crossing, the intersection of two crossing should not be greater than a half a small square. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
And your accuracy of plotting should be like that. It will not be far away from the accurate or where it should be. Where it should be from there, if it is more than half a small square, then you will not get even a single point. You are getting here 6 points, right? So even a single point out of 6 points, if you are doing this mistake, then you will lose this mark for plotting of points. Okay, then
Yes.
এখনো শুরু হয়েছে মাত্র শুরু।
okay, quality. Asan, welcome back.
Sir, yes sir.
Quality, can you read quality part?
All points in the table, at least 5, must be plotted on the grid for this mark to be awarded. Trend of points on graph must be positive.
Yeah, continue.
All points must be within 2.5 ohm on the r-axis of a straight line.
So this is actually for this experiment only. The other axis plotting of points, it is for any of the graph, any of the experiments, right? And
yes sir,
this one is said only for particularly this experiment, that trend of points on graph must be positive. That means your graph will not go to the negative part. All the points should be what? Positive. Like
positive.
First reading you are getting the one, the second reading for changing D and R you will get a little bit it depends, right? If your R is increasing, then your D should also increase. This way This way it will work. Okay. So there will be a positive trend. It will slowly increase. Clear to you? If your trend of the graph is not like that, then you will lose this mark. Okay, all points must be within 2.5 ohm on the r-axis of a straight line. That means when you are plotting points, then your you are getting some values of r, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So your values of r, if if you are plotting in a way that your value of r is moving away, like you are getting, for example, 22 ohm, right? But while plotting point, you are marking that point in a place what is uh, 26 26 ohm. So you are away from 22, right? How much? 4 ohm far away from there, isn't it? Hello.
Yes.
So if you are doing like something like that, then you are losing mark, right? All points must be within 2.5 ohm on the r-axis of a straight line. Then the other points, you understand it. All points in the table, at least 5 must be plotted on the grid for this mark to be added. That means you should at least show 5 plottings, right? Out of 6, if you don't show at least 5, then you will lose this mark. At least 5 you have to show. Then 1D2. Amena.
Line of best fit judged by the balance of all points on the grid, at least 5 above the candidate's line. There must be an even distribution of points, either side of the line along its full length. One amount, one ominous point is allowed only if clearly indicated, that is, cancelled or labeled, circled or labeled by the candidate. There must be at least 5 points left after the anomal anomalous
Anomalous. Anomalous. Hmm.
point is disregarded. Points left after the anomalous point is disregarded. Line must not be inked or thicker than half a square.
Okay, so uh, here the last one you understand. Line must not be kinked or thicker than half a square. That means sometimes you are not using sharp sharp pencil, right? That time your line might be thicker, so that one is not accepted. Sometimes what happens, you are you are rubbing that line, again drawing, but your rubbing is not proper, so one is overlapping with another one. That time also line is becoming thicker, right? And another one is kinked line. That means the line is not properly straight. Sometimes I found that students are drawing using a small scale, like a 15 centimeter scale they are using, then drawing the straight line 3 times. First he's taking a little part, then again little part, then he's completing the whole graph. So that time it happens that the graph is becoming kinked. This is the major mistakes the students are doing. And here you got that some ideas from me in O levels, that we have to balance all the points, right? The points you are getting when you are plotting the line of best fit, you should balance the line so that any of the points or more than one points are not becoming far away from the lines. You try to make them closer as much as possible of your uh, straight line of best fit. Clear too? So all these things are they are discussing. You see, judged by the balance of all points. Okay, clear to you?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Hello.
can you zoom the page, please?
Yeah, yeah. This one, judged by the balance of all points of the grid. That means you have to balance the points. Like when you are drawing the straight line, you should draw in a way that right side and left side you have similar number of points or same number of points, and some of the points will go through the straight line. Okay, any any points or more than one point should not be go very far away from the straight line. Now it's clear to you? Hello, Amina.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Amina, is it clear now?
Yes, sir. Sir, I
Yes.
told you to zoom the page.
Okay, zoom the place. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Amina, is it now okay?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
line of best fit is done. Then we will continue 5 more minutes. Okay. After that you have chemistry class. Now can anyone read it? Asan, can you read it? 1D3.
So grade the hypotenuse of the triangle used should be greater than half the length of the drawn line. Both read-offs must be accurate to half a smooth skirt in both the x and y directions. The sign of the gradient on the answer line must match the graph. Method of calculation must be correct. Example not delta x per delta y.
Okay, that one is very clear. The last point you never did it, right? Del y by del x should be the gradient.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and always I told you that you should take the triangle in a way so that it cover more than half of the line you drew. Okay, did I tell
Yes,
you
sir.
during the lab class? Amina, can you remember that one?
Yes, sir.
Always your triangle should cover more than half of the straight line. That one they are saying the hypotenuse. That means the you are getting when you are drawing the triangle, you are getting right angle triangle, and on the straight line it is hypotenuse, right? So it should be
Yes,
more than
sir.
half of the triangle, and half of the more than half of the straight line. The triangle should be like that. So both read-offs must be accurate to half a small square in both the x and y directions. That means while you are you know uh, drawing the triangle, or while you are drawing the gradient, when you are getting these 2 points, while we are getting gradient we are taking 2 points, right? We are considering 2 points to make the triangle, isn't it? Hello.
Yes.
So here both the points must be accurate. Okay, and they should be on the line. They should be on the line. You cannot take randomly any 2 points from the table. It can be happen that your straight line not going through any of the points. That time uh, any of the points from the table, any of the readings from the table. That time what you have to do, you have to take 2 points on the line. Clear to you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Those 2 points
Yes, sir.
must be on the line. Not it's not necessarily to be in the table, but must be should they should be on the line. Then the last point is the sign of the gradient on the answer line must match the graph. That means sometimes you are getting positive gradient, sometimes you are getting negative gradient. That time if it is negative gradient going down, it is going straight line down. That time your gradient should be negative, right? It should match. Then continue. Continue. Who was reading? Continue, please. Hello, continue. Hello, continue. Amena,
Yes, sir.
continue.
Y intercept.
Yeah, continue.
Correct read of from a point on a line substituted into y is equals to mx plus c or an equivalent expression. Read of must be accurate to half a small square in both x and y directions.
Yeah.
Or intercept read directly from the graph with read of at r is equals to 0, accurate to half a small square in an r direction.
So I told you it before. Again, they are saying it. It's written here. Look, we can get the reading of y-intercept from the equation, right? Y equals mx plus c. While I was explaining experiment one, that time I told you, right, how to do it. And we can also get it directly from the graph. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Hello? So directly from the graph, how? With read of at r equals 0, accurate to half a small square in the r direction. That means where uh, it is intersecting the y-axis, there will be r equals 0, right? There will be r equals
Yes.
0. Then continue, 1e.
Value of A is equals to candidate's gradient and value of B is equals to candidate's intercept. The values must not be fractions.
Okay. Then
Unit for A is incorrect. Example, meter
yeah.
inverse or centimeter inverse or millimeter inverse. And unit for B is correct. Example, ohm per meter, ohm per
Okay. So
centimeter or
can
ohm
you
per
remember
millimeter.
I told you the unit of A is per centimeter.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you remember? And
Yes,
this is A, right? Uh, this is A. That is gradient, right?
yes, sir.
And can you remember this one? I told you that it is
Is Y
y-intercept.
intercept.
So it will be the same unit of
That's
y.
Y.
That is r by d. So it is ohm per centimeter. Ohm per centimeter. And also we told that A is candidate's gradient and B is candidate's intercept. Okay, we are done with question one. And next class, I will show you one video of question one. It is exactly one student's work, and the work is also marked. That one I will show in video, and afterwards, I will continue with question two. Okay, okay. Good luck for
Okay,
you.
sir.
Okay, sir.
Allah Hafiz.
Assalamu alaikum,
Thank
sir.
you for
Yes, sir.
joining.
Assalamu alaikum.